Age gaps are about preferences, not morals. We're going to play this clip.
Having a grand old conversation again about age gaps moving your morals. Let me tell you something. Just because your morals don't align with other people don't mean they wrong. You cannot make people live their life the way that you want them to. Anytime it comes down to age gaps, there are two consenting adults in the situation, right? Just because the age gap don't appease to you does not mean that somebody is being manipulated or taken advantage of in a situation. For instance, you got a 20-year-old girl and you got a 45-year-old man. Most people would assume that, okay, well, this shouldn't be that way, etc., etc. But on one hand, you got a group of people who feel like men are always taking advantage of young girls. On the other hand, you also got a group of people who are telling young girls, date whoever you like. Go after them all. He already knows what he's signing up for. Ain't no reason for him to want you if he can't provide for you. So you can't tell women to go seek out certain things that come with a certain type of mentality or a certain type of stability, but then you put a restriction on it when it comes to the age. If she found what she wanted, then who are you to tell her different? Are there situations where somebody is being a predator, somebody is being groomed, somebody is being taken advantage of, like those situations do happen, but to assume that that's majority, that's a little bit obtuse. Because the same way you could tell a 18-year-old she can have OnlyFans, the same way you could tell an 18-year-old she can go dance in a strip club, she can go get her body done. You're setting her up to attract the very attention that you are garnishing. So you can't be a hypocrite when it suits you. Right? Because we already talking about these women are already bad bitches and they fresh out of high school. So what do you think they wanted to be a bad bitch to do? Date you? They want the same thing you want. They want the baller. They want the blue chicks. They want exactly what you want. So you can't influence them to say, hey, yeah, you can just go here and he's going to take care of you and he's going to do all of these other things. But when she finally gets one that is 35, you can also tell her, wait a minute, you're being groomed. You're confusing. You got to practice what you preach. You can't move your morals when it's suitable for you. Some people just like dating older and some people just prefer dating younger. As to why they like to do it is not up to you to make that determination until the people involved in the situation say that they need help. Nobody's asking your opinion. A lot of y'all been saying for the longest period of time, date who you want. You have time. Don't let them tie you down in your youth. Date them all. Date them all. Date them all. And what ends up happening is you get a Drea Michelle, a LaShante Hickert, a Bernice Burgos. You get those type of women, right? You hit the wall. And the men have been telling you, like, maybe you should go ahead and settle down now so you won't be in the same dating pool as your daughter. And y'all don't listen. And so when then you have older women going after these younger men and they're in the dating pool with you, all of a sudden you want to call it predatory. No, it's fair game, baby. All of these are adults. All of these are consenting adults who know exactly what they're doing. You can't get mad because the game is the game. So if you're telling them, I can always look like a bad bitch. If you're telling the younger girls, I can always get the same type of man you get. I can date them all. I can date the daddy, the brother, the uncle, the cousin. What you think gonna happen? Again, we moving morals. Sugar baby's been a thing. So when the sugar daddy get the sugar baby, don't be mad. The same way cougar's been a thing. And when they get their cougar baby, you can't be mad. See, I know a lot of y'all be lying to like you happy because you single because, that's the cool thing to do on the internet, right? Like you got a point to prove while you also blowing that nigga phone up, sending him multiple long text messages. But that's neither here nor there. All I'm gonna say is fair is fair. If you're doing it, what makes you think teenage girls don't want to do it? And if you're doing it, who do you think you got it from? These women like Black China, like Amber Rose, like Kim Kardashian, they've been in the game way longer than you. Get in where you fit in, toots.
All right, age gaps are about preference, not morals. I know Andrea agrees with Paris. I could just tell by the look on her face. Woo, right?
Did Paris say toots?
She did.
Yes, she did.
She said toots. She said obtuse also. I was like, okay, Paris with the obtuse. All right, man. Anybody can go first one. If you want to go first, Jasmine.
Sure. I agree with her. Yeah, I definitely think it's a preference thing. Only when it's like you said, not in a predatory sense. Like, and the predator would be if somebody's doing it in a malicious way. Like, because I wouldn't say like if a girl is like 18 and the guy is like 30 something that he's being necessarily a predator or trying to like groom her. That's only if she's naive or she's just not, I guess mature enough to understand what's happening to her. But like I know when I was younger, I wouldn't say I had a preference for older men. Like I don't think it really mattered to me how old they were. It's just that I wouldn't notice, I guess, how old they were because I wasn't really looking at or checking for their age. I was just here for the energy, the vibes, or whatever. So when I was approached by this guy that was like, I'm pretty sure he was way older than me. I think I was like really early 20s at the time, and I didn't know how old he was. So I saw a tattoo on his arm, and it said like something 73, and I was like, how old are you? And I was like, oh shit. But, but like you might be my mom age, but hey, by this time I'm already at his house. But yeah, it was just awkward that morning when it was just time to eat cereal with the kids. But it's just like I don't know. That's the only time it gets weird.
Not eat cereal with the kids.
Wait a minute. Hold on. She ain't gonna sit over there like she didn't just say that. She woke up the next morning and sat at the table and ate the Cheerios with the kids.
It was an awkward,
Eat Cocoa Puffs with your little sister.
He offered the cereal. He was like, "Oh, I'm making the kids some cereal." These kids were big, and I was sitting down like, "Yeah."
Well, you said he offered you some cereal.
Yes.
So dudes is offering chicks. That's all y'all want is cereal.
To take you
I
serious.
was like 22.
I need to go buy some cereal then if that's all y'all want.
You
Cereal.
just sitting there, the kids got their backpacks on, ready to go to school,
Right.
and they all sitting at the table eating a bowl of Frosted Flakes, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, no, they were really about to go to school, but like it didn't really matter. Like it's a preference. Like I prefer. He was a really cool person. He had very young energy. I would never knew how old he was. So it just,
What kind of cereal do a man have to buy you?
Captain Crunch. I don't know. As long as it's not no weird as wake cereal.
What about Captain Crunch with the Crunch Berries?
It gotta be the Crunch Berries.
Got it.
Oh, no case, no Crunch Berries.
I'm a peanut butter crunch person myself.
Plain Captain Crunch.
I mean, we can do that too. I love some plain.
All right,
I get both. I get both.
I'm gonna go ahead and go to you, Closet Betty. What are your thoughts about that, man?
You already know how I feel about this. Some of that is just nasty to me. I don't care what nobody say. 18, 35.
Cereal is
No.
nasty to
You know what? Hold on.
Wait, cereal is nasty? What are you talking about?
No,
Cereal?
we're not talking about the cereal, Mr. Let Go. I'm talking about some of these age gaps. So, and you know what? It's funny how we can say all these things until our kid, our 17, 18, 19, 20-year-old, daughter, brings home this grown man. And it's when I think back, because don't get me wrong, I like older men. I always have. But when I think back to when I was like young and had these older men, I'll be like, oh, and I wanted to like bring them home. They all got nervous, and thinking back, I didn't think anything of it, but I think that was part of the guilt. Like, oh my God, what is her people gonna think? I'm too old, to be fooling with this chick in the first place. And it's all fun and games when we doing what we doing, but now it's real because, I gotta face her mama, and when somebody did, they weren't even looking her in the eye, so I do think that sometimes it is preference, but I think it's both. Because, some men, they will date, girls young enough to be their daughters, even younger than their daughters. And I don't like that. I'm sorry. I don't want to have no parts of no man who, like younger women like that.